very good morning, good afternoon or evening to all of you Scouts, ladies and gentlemen joining us from all parts of the globe. I warmly welcome you to this media briefing and introduction of the Global Cultural Jamboree to be held under the theme Culturing One Scout World on the 16th, 17th and 18th of July 2021. Organized to be held utilizing a variety of online platforms, the Global Cultural Jamboree hopes to bring together over 15,000 Scouts across all 6 Scout regions. A celebration of global cultures, international scouting and youth empowerment to create a better world, the Global Cultural Jamboree truly promises to be a marvel and a great historic milestone for Sri Lankan Scouting. To better familiarize ourselves with this highly anticipated Global Cultural Jamboree, here is a small video presentation on what is in store at the Jamboree.
I have a dream of what I wanna be. I wanna be free. That's what my heart keeps telling me. Give me your hand.
We'll find a way.
There's people out there
that feel the same.
if we help each other, I just know we can succeed. We are one, but we are different. We from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We'll be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. And we are unity. We are unity.
I do believe, oh I believe in destiny. It's up to me to make it into reality.
Give me your hand.
We'll find a way
People out there,
that feel the same.
if we help each other,
I just know we can succeed.
we are one, but we are different. We from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We'll be amongst the stars, and we know that it's destiny. That we are unity.
as we just witnessed the Jamboree premises to deliver a Jamboree experience like never before. To address us today, we have with us a very special guest, an avid supporter of Sri Lankan and international scouting throughout his career of political leadership, including a 10-year presidency of the country. He is no stranger to us, the scouting community. It is my most humble honor to welcome today the Prime Minister of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Honorable Mahinda Rajapaksa, to address you.
Distinguished guests from the World Organization of the Scout Movement, Scouts from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Vice Patron of the Sri Lanka Scout Association, it is my pleasure to welcome you today to the international briefing of the Global Cultural Jamboree organized by the Sri Lanka Scout Association. The Jamboree will be held on the 16th, 17th and 18th of July 2021 under the theme Culturally One Scout World. Unfortunately, we will not be able to meet in person due to the current pandemic situation around the world. However, it has also presented a great opportunity. The organizers have planned a creative and innovative program that will be conducted through a variety of online platforms. It is indeed a great achievement of the Sri Lanka Scout Association to organize the virtual Jamboree, which will be the first of its kind in the history of scouting in Sri Lanka. It is also a milestone in the history of scouting that a cultural Jamboree of the nature is taking place through the use of technology. It is remarkable that more than 15,000 scouts from over 100 countries are coming together for this global gathering to showcase different cultural identities. Furthermore, it is important that scouts are being empowered through the support of many partners towards creating a better world. It is an essential step in ensuring that youth are involved in action on global issues such as climate change, peace, harmony, and so much more. The World Organization of the Scout Movement and the Sri Lanka Scout Association have produced many young individuals who have become global leaders and change makers in society. It is my hope that this Jamboree will also provide that opportunity for the young scouts participating this year. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Sri Lanka Scout Association for this historic event and wish all scouts all the very best. I wish you happy scouting during the Jamboree.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for gracing us with your presence and continued support towards the Sri Lanka Scout Association. An event of this magnitude, reaching all corners of the world, would not be possible if not for the support of the public and private sectors of Sri Lanka. We now take a look at the partners and sponsors of the Global Cultural Jamboree who have generously come forward to support the Sri Lanka Scout Association.
A milk coffee for me?
Money has to be sent to Anna in the morning and the electricity bill has to be paid.
What is today's schedule?
Dia for Uyana at 2 p.m. Film shooting at 3 p.m.
How's today's weather?
Sunny day, no rain, temperature 27 degrees.
Switch off TV, lights off. You know the account that fits my busy lifestyle? BOC 18 Plus Smart Gen, the smart choice for today's youth.
කඩිසරවී ඉගෙන ගන්න හොඳම මොහොත දැන් කම්මැලිකම් නෑ හරියන්නේ හැමතැනකම විෂ බීජ මොකටද බය වෙන්නේ ඩෙටෝල් ළමයි ලොකු වෙනකොට විෂ බීජ නිසා ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්
ඩෙටෝල් වලට ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති කරන විස බීජ 99.9%ක්ම විනාශ කරන්න පුළුවන්
අම්මගේ විශ්වාසය ඩෙටෝල් ආරක්ෂාව
Once again, our sincere gratitude and appreciation to all sponsors and partners of the Global Culture Jamboree. Fellow Scouts, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the panel for today's discussion aimed at providing us with a better understanding of the Global Culture Jamboree. We have with us Major General Mahinda Rajapaksa, Chief Commissioner of the Sri Lanka Scout Association and the Jamboree Chief of the Global Culture Jamboree. Mr. Janaprit Fernando, Attorney at Law, Deputy Chief Commissioner of the Sri Lanka Scout Association, Member of the World Scout Committee and Jamboree Advisor. Mr. Prabhat Kularatna, Assistant Chief Commissioner of the Sri Lanka Scout Association and Chairman of the Jamboree Steering Committee, and Dr. Asanka Eriyawa, Headquarters Commissioner of the Sri Lanka Scout Association and Jamboree Secretary. Hello sirs, and welcome to this discussion aimed at answering some of the common questions the Scouts who are anxiously waiting for the Global Culture Jamboree. Without further ado, let's get down to it. The first question is to the Chief Commissioner. Sir, can you explain to us how the concept of the Global Culture Jamboree came to be?
The Sri Lanka Scout Association conducts Jamboree, and we were to hold this Jamboree last year in Trincomalee district. However, due to pandemic situation, we were not being able to conduct any form of physical camping activities since last year, and the Jamboree was postponed. We held this year. However, due to current situation in the country, we were not being able to plan for this year too, due to the pandemic situation, existing situation in the country. So therefore, we thought, we got the idea from the last row moot, that is our 34th National Row Moot, which was held in this year, April, successfully through online platforms. Therefore, an idea from the group of young youth scouts and young adult leaders presented the concept of a virtual jamboree to involve all scouts of all age groups and to ensure the conduct of active scouting in the island, even to contribute to the growth of the membership despite the current circumstances. Additionally, the idea was further to include scouts and other national scouts organization also around the world to join us. So with that idea, the organizers took this opportunity to even to showcase our global cultural heritage through this kind of a jamboree. So we thought, with this idea mooted by our young scouts, young adult leaders, we thought this is the right time to conduct this kind of a cultural jamboree on virtual platform. So we thought to go ahead with it.
Deputy Chief Commissioner, sir, can you explain the theme of the Global Culture Jamboree and the significance behind it?
The theme of the Global Cultural Jamboree is Culturally One Scout World. Although we belong to different cultures, different ethnicities, and different religions, Scouting brings us together to share a new culture of brotherhood and unity, irrespective of the differences. Scouting admires the diversity of different nationals as an opportunity, and its teaching is always focused towards respecting other cultures and beliefs. By conducting a Global Cultural Jamboree, first time in the world Scouting history, the organizers expect to share the cultural values of different continents for 3 days. Culturally One Scout World will open the doors of Scouting culture to another new dimension in which Scouts joining from different parts of the world get together to embrace the cultures of other parts of the world. That is the main focus and the main aim of this Jamboree with the theme Culturally One Scout World.
The next question is to the chairman of the Jamboree Steering Committee. Sir, what objectives does the Jamboree aim to fulfill and how will they be achieved?
Thank you for your question. Global Culture Jamboree is organized virtually with the objective of offering the Scouts in all 6 regions of the vessel the opportunity of experiencing and learning of other culture, especially during this period where most Scouts around the world are unable to attend physical activities. Even though Scouts from difference in their culture in terms of foods, costume, beliefs and their traditions, we expected to bring all Scouts under the same flag of Scouting and Brotherhood through a vast range of activity during the Jamboree. As the organizers, we strongly believe that this will be a life-changing experience for most of the Scouts, as this will be a massive gathering in which all will be sharing their culture identities. While respected the diversity of huge range of culture, same as in other jamborees which were held physically prior to the pandemic period, there will be a number of activities to mark friends for the social gathering and many more interactive sessions.
Organizing an event of this magnitude is imaginably a daunting task. As the Jamboree Chief, can you tell us, sir, your experience in the leadership team of the Jamboree and the key people driving the organization of this mammoth event?
Yes, certainly. An event of this magnitude has not been done in Sri Lanka before, and especially by the Sri Lanka Scout Association. The dynamics of a virtual Jamboree are indeed very unique, and the organization is a daunting task. Jamboree is driven by the youth members and young adult leaders of the movement, while the senior commissioners of the association are merely on the supporting role. They will only guide them. As I mentioned earlier, the youth members have presented us an interesting, unique and novel ideas to ensure that this virtual Jamboree will be a resounding success and unimagined Jamboree experience for the participating Scouts. The program is designed by the young team promises to give the Scouts 3 full days of scouting and global culture experience. Being in the leadership team of the Jamboree is in fact a great honor for me too, though I've been involved in many events being organized. However, this is a new experience for me also, to work with these experts, young experts, those who are very much literate on this kind of activities. And I'm sure with the team that led by Mr. Janaprit Fernando, Mr. Prabhat, Asanka Iriava, and especially our young scouts and adult leaders, they will ensure that this will be a resounding success at the end.
The next question is to Jamboree Secretary. Sir, can you name some of the key highlights of the Jamboree that the participants can look forward to?
Well, Amaya, Global Cultural Jamboree is a full-time virtual experience for the Scouts as well as for the adult leaders. So, which will be conducted from 16 to 18 July 2021 via a number of virtual platforms. The registrations are now open via gcj.scout.lk website and all the registrants will be issued a Jamboree username via email at the registration. Registration also includes a safe from harm check to ensure the online safety of all the participants during the Jamboree. A web-based event platform will provide the access to vast range of activities in which participants use their Jamboree username to log in to the web-based event platform. Jamboree organizers have already planned activities under few main program areas. The Jamboree Arena is the main program area which facilitates ceremonies including the opening and closing ceremonies, the talk shows in which the public figures are in scouting will be taking part, and campfires on a daily basis. Cultural Experience Center is ready to broadcast a large number of cultural shows to elaborate the key element of the cultures of different parts of the world on food, costumes, beliefs and rituals, songs, dances, cultural festivals, archaeology and many more. Global Cultural Forum will be an arena for the key leaders of the National Scout Organization of the 6 regions of the World Organization of the Scout Movement to express their views on the cultural identities of their countries. So we have specially arranged more than 10 moderator-driven chats under One Scout World, which is the platform to make Scout friends from all parts of the world. Now, Games Hub will provide a vast range of exciting games, TikTok challenges, virtual photo booths and many more activities during the Jamboree. So moreover, this Global Development Village will conducting 7 main webinars in partnership with United Nations volunteers and the UN partner organizations which align with UN 2030 agenda and sustainable development goals under Better World framework.
Deputy Chief Commissioner, sir, you yourself been a member of the World Scout Committee. Who are some of the key figures expected to join the Jamboree?
The Global Cultural Jamboree will feature some very important and prominent figures from Sri Lanka and from around the world. These individuals joining the Jamboree have been catalysts in contributing to creating a better world, and different forms of activism or influencing others in their respective fields. The launch ceremony held last week of the Jamboree featured Mr. Craig Turpie, the chairperson of the World Scout Committee, and Mrs. Jemima Nati, the vice chairperson of Sri Lanka, a former President Scout, Mr. Bhatya Jayakodi. We hope to have all of these distinguished personalities and many others joining us throughout the course of the Jamboree. The Global Cultural Jamboree will give the perfect opportunity for young scouts who have vivid aspirations to look for inspiration from the guests who will be invited to the Jamboree. There will be many others of whom the scouts will get to know once they start participating.
This question goes to Assistant Chief Commissioner, Mr. Kularatna. Sir, we saw many sponsors and partners who have come on board to support the Global Cultural Jamboree. Can you tell us, please, how the support of the public and private sector have contributed to the organization of the Jamboree?
A Jamboree of this mammoth scale would not be possible if not for the local and international private and public partnership that the Sri Lanka Scout Association has established. As you saw a short while ago, we have many sponsors and partners on board to ensure the success of Global Culture Jamboree. The Sri Lanka Scout Association sincerely grateful for their contribution to empower the young scout through this Jamboree. None of this would have not been possible if not for their support and competence in the Sri Lanka Scout Association. We are still seeking further partners and sponsors for the Global Culture Jamboree and would like to invite any party who may have an interest toward supporting our Jamboree.
A final question, once again coming back to the Jamboree Secretary. Sir, how will Scouts be able to participate at the Jamboree, and what are some online platforms being used for the Global Cultural Jamboree?
The Global Culture Jamboree is an all experience for all Scouts and adult leaders to have the opportunity of experiencing and learning of the other cultures, especially during this period where most of the Scouts around the world are unable to attend physical activities. For this particular Jamboree, organizers use a large number of virtual platforms. The main events will be live streamed through YouTube Live, including the opening and closing ceremonies, the talk shows, campfires, and cultural shows. The Global Cultural Forum will be conducted via AirMeet, in which key leaders of the NSOs will have more interactions with each other. Social media channels will provide the notices and the Jamboree news throughout the Jamboree period. Web-based Jamboree event platform will be the gateway to all online activities. Games Hub will provide an all experience through Kahoot, TikTok, and many more virtual platforms. So at the end of each activity, participants will be provided an event code. So at the end of the Jamboree, participants have to submit their event codes at the certification platform to win the Jamboree award. For the particular purpose, participants have to take part in the certain minimum number of activities.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that brings us to the end of our panel discussion today, and we hope you were able to get some insightful information into the Global Cultural Jamboree organized by the Sri Lanka Scout Association on the 16th, 17th and 18th of July 2021. Our heartfelt thanks to the 4 panelists who joined us today. Youth involvement has played a crucial role in the organization of this Jamboree, and the organizing team predominantly consists of youth members guided by senior commissioners of the Sri Lanka Scout Association. In order to get a brief idea on the expectations of our participants at the Global Culture Jamboree, here are a few of Scouts from around the world expressing their anticipation of the Jamboree.
Mexico and Mob Hero. I want to invite you to the Global Culture Jamboree, organized by Scouts friends from Sri Lanka and other countries. If you want more information, will be found in the description of this video. Register and participate. Bye!
Ayubowan, I am Vaidurya Vijayaratna from Homagam district, Sri Lanka. I am sure Global Cultural Jamboree is a great opportunity for us. I already got registered. I look forward to the day. Sure, it will be an enjoyable and exciting event. So my dear Scouts, come and join us. Hope to see you there.
Hi everyone, I'm a Scout from Myanmar and I'm so excited to join the Global Culture Jamboree that is going to be hosted by the Scouts from Sri Lanka. It is such a pleasure to be a part of this and to be able to meet Scouts from different parts of the world. So make sure you have applied for this, and let's look forward to how Sri Lanka Scouts are continuing scouting activities despite being in the COVID-19 pandemic. Bye bye guys, see you there.
Salam penganggap. Hi brother and sister. I am Ying from Persekutuan Penganggap Malaysia. I register for the Global Culture Jamborees. I am so excited to take part in this event. I believe that this will be an unforgettable memory.
Hi guys, I'm Dinusha from Sri Lanka and I have some exciting news for you. The Global Cultural Jamboree, which is organized by the Sri Lanka Scout Association, is just days away. And I hope you are as excited as I am to take part in it. This will be an amazing opportunity for all of us to make new friends and have fun while celebrating cultures all around the world. You can find more information about this from the link in the description. I just got registered for this amazing cultural journey. Have you?
Well, fellow Scouts, that is all for today's proceedings. Just 2 weeks more for the Global Cultural Jamboree. Every second, bringing us closer to connecting virtually with friends in the Scouting world for a one-of-a-kind Jamboree experience. I hope all of you are excited for the dawning of the Global Cultural Jamboree as much as I am. Till we meet again at the Jamboree, here's another short video to further keep you on the edge of your seats. Looking forward to seeing you soon, but till then, stay safe, take care, and be prepared.
Ayobawan, greetings from the great Asia-Pacific region. On behalf of the more than 32 million members of this great region, we would like to extend our sincere appreciation and congratulations to Sri Lanka Scout Association for holding the Global Cultural Jamboree. We hope that this event will influence more young people so that they may be able to learn the culture, the tradition not only of Sri Lanka but the entire world. So good luck to all of you and congratulations. This is J.R. Pangilinan, the Regional Director of the Asia-Pacific Region, World Organization of the Scout Movement.
Brother Scouts leader from Sri Lanka and all participants of Global Cultural Jamboree from over the world. It's a truly great honor for me to deliver a short message virtually for the Global Cultural Jamboree organized by Sri Lanka Scout Association. The Asia-Pacific Scout movement is great regions. We have diversity in cultures, traditions, and many religions. We have maintained our solidarity, therefore we need to work together more closely for real Scout unity. The main objective of this cultural jamboree is to keep Scouting activity during the pandemic and to showcase Sri Lanka as well as to provide the participants in this event memorable and educational experiences. And we want to ensure it will be a life in changing experience from them. Through the Global Cultural Jamboree from 16 until 18 of July 2021. Through this Cultural Jamboree, we can provide output that could benefit all communities. We have been surviving not only through virtual by obtaining support from our community and the family so that we can seek to be proud in the names of Scouting in the world to build a better future for the young generation for maintenance cultures. We can look at an experience to ensure Scouting in this Global Cultural Jamboree for culture development should reach and also teach all communities the meaning of Scouting for all. I do hope that everyone is well. I wish you and all of your family and your community is happy with a good condition. We need your cultures creative, your solidarity. I am sure through Global Scout Cultural Jamboree, we can perform from anywhere, anytime. A Scout needs to always be ready. Thank you very much. Bahut acha. Shukriya.
Hello, Scout brothers and sisters from all 6 regions of the World Organization Scout Movement. Now we are moving to Q&A session of the international briefing of the Global Cultural Jamboree. So we have an audience of thousands of scouts via YouTube Live and around more than 200 distinguished guests via Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, now the stage is yours. So we invite you to just to click on the raise hand option and we allow you to unmute and speak. So now you can ask your questions by raising your hands. So I would like to invite Ms. Janapit Fernando, Jamboree Advisor, to answer the questions.
Good evening.
Yes, we have the first question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, we have the first question from Tony from Malaysia. Yeah.
Yes, Tony, what's your question?
Yeah, you can unmute. You can unmute now, Tony.
A little louder, please. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Okay, my name is Tony from Malaysia. First of all, I congratulations to Sri Lanka Scout Association on launching such a wonderful virtual jamboree. And thank you, Sri Lanka, for having me here. It's such an honor to join such a great event. Okay, so I have one question for Mr. Jana. So as a responsible scout leaders, actually I could like to know what the precaution you have taken as the Jamboree organizer to ensure the online safety of the youth participant and as well as adult during the Global Culture Jamboree, which is coming soon in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, for that question. It's a very important question because if you go into the registration platform, you would see that every participant has to go through an exercise under the safe from harm policy. And only once they go through that their registration will get confirmed. And whilst also during the Jamboree, if there is any breach, we have a listening ear and there is also a complaining formula. So if we receive any complaint which is credible, we have the option of removing that participant. And so we can ensure that the youth members and the adults both will be safe from harm online. Thank you, Tony, for that question.
Yes, we have another question from Diana Andreda. So I see Mexico. So, and Diana, you can ask the question now. You can unmute.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you so much for this invitation. And my question is about what will be the role of the national organization for the registration of participants, or will they be able to register individually without the intervention of the national office?
Thank you, Diana, for that question. Yes, you can register directly online, and we as a responsible National Scout Organization, the Sri Lanka Scouts, will be sending the list of registrants from each NSO to that particular NSO, so that they will be aware as to the scouts who are taking part from their National Scout Organization. For example, from Mexico, if you register and your other scouts register, we will have a system where that list will be reached by your National Scout Organization office for their information. And if they have any objection to any one person taking part, we will definitely not permit that person to take part, and will inform that person accordingly. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. So just finally, after the event, you can share with us a list of all the participants from our country?
Of course we can, yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, next question is from Brother Brata from Indonesia. So you can ask a question now. You can unmute, brother.
All right. Ayubowan.
Ayubowan, Brata.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity and inviting me. My name is Brata Harjo Subroto. I am the National Commissioner of Indonesia Scout Gerakan Pramuka. I have 3 little questions, but before I raise questions, allows me to congratulate Sri Lanka Scout Association for this very brilliant initiatives and ideas of having global cultural jamboree. I believe under the leadership of Major General Mahinda Rajapaksa as a Chief Commissioner and supported by his excellent deputy, Mr. Janaprit. And I know the organizing committee also, Mr. Prabat Kularatna, which is my best friend in the subcommittee. It's a guaranteed that the Jamboree will be very successful. And this is very good idea. This is to let our young members stay connected because they are now stay at home due to the COVID pandemic. So I have three little questions. How many participants have been registered until now? As you said that you are expected 20,000. And second question, how do you measure the success of this Jamboree? And third question, please advise the timing of the events since young members now are staying at home and they still have to follow their school schedule at home. So again, Istuti, thank you for this idea, and I do hope that this Jamboree will be a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brata, for that question, for the three questions, and also for the commendation of the organizers. As you know, Brata, we also have the similar situation in Sri Lanka. The schools are functioning online. Answering your second question, it will be mainly during the weekend. And scouts from Gerakan Pramukha will not have a problem because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Friday it will be late evening. When we start in Indonesia, it will be 8 p.m. Indonesia time. So you won't have a problem with your scouts. Then we started the registration last Thursday. Today is the 8th day. We have already reached 6,000 plus registrations. And the third question is, we will have evaluation from the participants to ascertain the success of the Jamboree and then share it with those who are interested in knowing the success or the failures of the Jamboree. Thank you. Does that answer all your questions? You're welcome.
The next question is from Sister Mary Bertorian. So, Sister, you can ask a question now. You can unmute.
Thank you so much. Greetings from all of you from Venezuela. Thank you for coming up with this big idea that is has all of kids from Venezuela very, very excited about sharing their cultural knowledges with all of you guys. Thank you so much. I have two big questions. One, how do you come up with these excited idea? I'm really happy about this event. And second, within the program that you are organizing, they are going to have the opportunity to get in different meetings, or all of them are going to be in one meeting per time? That's my question. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Mary, for the question, and thank you very much for joining. I'm sure it must be early morning in Venezuela. Nevertheless, thank you for joining us, and also the assurance given that your scouts, though so many miles apart, will join this Jamboree. That's great news. With regards to the questions you have raised, there will be simultaneous activities happening, and we have already shared the program, and each scout who registers will receive an email with the program and how to join, on what platform to join, so they can join. But of course, they will have a minimum number of events to join in order to qualify for the certificate. So they have to join the opening ceremony, the closing ceremony, one of the campfires, and other sessions as well, in order to get the certificate. The idea of this the Global Cultural Jamboree came up, as mentioned by my Chief Commissioner, Major Mahinda Rajapaksa. We were supposed to have our 10th National Jamboree in 2020, but due to the pandemic, it got postponed. So we were thinking of ways how we could keep the spirit of Jamboree alive and also connect the rest of the world. and then we thought the best way was virtual. But virtually doing all activities of a Jamboree is not possible. So therefore, we came out with the idea of a global cultural Jamboree, giving more focus to cultural items and cultures, but giving also other additional knowledge and experience to the participants. So that is how this global cultural Jamboree came to be, and I'm sure with the support of all those who are present this evening and all those who are registered, will be a great success. I hope I have answered your questions.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Then we have Brother Anand Singh, I think from India. So it's your turn, brother. You can unmute now.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good morning to all. I am not from India. I'm from
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago.
All the way.
Yeah. So it's morning in my country here. First, I would like to say congratulations to all the organizers for a well put together program. It seems very exciting for the youths. I have two little questions, and the first one is I'm not sure about the age group for the participants. Is it just like the scouts or venture scouts, rovers involved? I am not too sure. So if we can get some clarification on the age group. And the second thing is that normally at most Jamboree have a lot of adult participation where we come as IST, or then there's also little programs for the leaders. Would there be any consideration here for adults in this Jamboree? That's my two questions, sir.
Thank you, Anand, for joining once again on a Sri Lankan event. I remember you were with us in the 9th National Jamboree in Jaffna in 2016.
Yes.
Flying all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. And also thank you very much for assuring us that you will publicize this Jamboree in the Caribbean islands and ensure the participation of Caribbean islands scouts, because they have a lot of culture and they are very good dancers, we know. So I'm sure we'll have some good dance items at the Jamboree. Anand, answering your question, yes, we have for scouts above the age of 12 up to rovers, 12 to 18 and 18 to 26. Because we cannot get the scouts less than that, the Cub Scouts, because of the parental guidance. They have to sit with a parent due to safety online safety. Then with regard to the adults activities, there are several adult activities. Especially, we are having webinars with the UN organizations. Then we are having a dedicated session on poetry. Brother Aminur Rahman from Bangladesh is organizing that with world-renowned poets from more than 12 countries and sharing their experience in 7 different languages. Then there are other events like the campfires, and I'm sure every adult can take part in all the activities because we remain young, remaining in the Scout movement, and all leaders also young at heart. So I'm sure every event, the opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, campfires, all that, the leaders can be part of it, Anand. So please take that message to your brother and sister scouts in your islands.
Right. One little thing, the adults will have to register, of course.
Of course, yes. Only if they register, they have to put in their password, and only with that they can log in on the platform.
So thank you, and it was a pleasure. And I will always support Sri Lanka Scouting. My heart is in Sri Lanka. I know it's a little out of it, but I want to thank you, Mr. Janapreet, because you're the one that introduced me to ISGF. And today I can proudly say that in Trinidad and Tobago, I have more or less initiated that program here, and today I'm the contact person. So we are doing well, thanks to your initiation. Thank you so much.
That's a great pleasure. Very happy to know that ISGF is happening in the Caribbean islands and Inter-America region as well. Keep the flag flying. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So then we have another one question from Ruba Laki. So it's your turn. You can unmute and ask question.
Firstly, hi to Mr. Janapreet, Fernando, and all the participants.
I am Fuwa from Bhutan. So I'm very much glad to be part of this particular platform. At the same time, I just would like to congratulate Sri Lanka Scout Association for having this stage at the global level. And my question is, sir, how can we get the Jamboree activity list and other agendas for the program on 16, 17, and 18 of this July? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Furba, for that question. And thank you very much, Bhutan, for joining. As you know, once you register, as I mentioned before, once you register, your email address will get registered with the organizers. And thereafter, you will get emails periodically informing you of the steps you have to take with regard to the Jamboree. So if you open your email, which you receive from the GCJ email address, you will be able to get all information. In addition to that, even the website gcj.scout.lk has all the information required for the Jamboree. So if you have any other doubts, please send us an email and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you. Dr. Asanka, can you please unmute Mr. Aminur Rahman? Aminur, if you don't mind, if you please raise your hand, I will invite you to talk about the international poets who will do a session at this Jamboree.
Yes, Mr. Aminur, you can unmute now.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I have pleasure inviting Mr. Aminur Rahman, world-renowned international poet from Bangladesh, of course a brother scout, and we invited him to do a session on poetry, and he's come out with a lovely proposal with some international poets sharing almost 7 languages. Aminur, to please brief the audience in a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you, brother Janaprit Fernando. It is really a privilege to organize this event in the Cultural Jamboree because we have given the part of literature in the culture. So yes, that is the plan actually, because we want to introduce world-renowned poet all over the world, in fact. And you mentioned 7 languages. I think it will be more than 7 languages, in fact. And the poets will attend this session. It will be really very important senior poets of the world. And I can mention few of, and we will actually circulate their CV and the photographs in future. So the participants, when they listen them, they can ask the direct questions to them also. Not many questions because of limited. So you can ask the question, you can see their biodata, and you can interact also during the session. So those are the poets from Scotland, Gary Luz, then Germany, Tobias Burgard, and Argentina, Jonah Burkhardt, from Sweden, Ben Bark, then from Russia, Vadim Tarikan, then from Morocco and Italy, Dalila Hawaii, then Luz Maria Lopez from Puerto Rico, then Jose Muchnek from France, then Melissa Student from USA, then Dr. Ashen Tantung from Cameroon. So these are the few poets, and few will also join soon. So there will be 10 to 12 poets, very important poets of more than 7 languages, and all the languages what we are using in the World Scout. That means that Spanish, then French, then Russian, and other languages, Arabic and English, of course, is there. So these are the events, and it will be, I'm sure, because of the lot of the young boys and girls has interest in literature. So it will be a good session, and I'm really thankful to Janaprit Fernando and the full team, in fact, to organize this World Cultural Jamboree. This is a different concept at this moment because we couldn't do anything in the last 1.5 years. People are sitting down, and the boys and girls are sitting down only at home. So we can see, we can enjoy our time, we can interact our time with the scouts and non-scouts also in some events. But in the poetry session, all will be, maybe they will be in the scout, but they're very senior, important poets of the world. So I'm sure it will be a wonderful event on the 17th, and wish you all the very best. You will join as many as you can. So it will be a wonderful session. And Janaprit, again, thank you very much to make this event and make literature included in this Jamboree. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much, Aminur, for that brief description of the importance of poetry, and we want to give it the importance it deserves. That's the most important thing. Asanka, with your permission, at this point of time, I would like to recognize the presence of the Vice Chairman of the Asia Pacific region, Mr. Hiroshi Shimada from SAJ, Scouts Association of Japan. Hiroshi, I would like you to please say a few words to the audience.
Hi everybody. Hi Jana, thank you very much for giving me a chance to say very congratulate the Sri Lanka Scout Association to having the virtual cultural jamboree this time. The every country's scouts are very exciting, I believe, and hope you're wishing your success, and please give the enjoyable events to all the young people, young scouts. Thank you very much and enjoy Jamboree. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiroshi, and wish you all the very best also in all the scout activities you do for the APR and for SAJ. At this point of time, I would like to invite Mr. Habibul Alam from Bangladesh, the godfather of the APR region, to give us any advice or any counsel which Brother Habibul Alam from Bangladesh has for us, former Vice Chairman of the World Scout Committee. If you have any advice for us, please do so.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, let me thank the Chief Commissioner and yourself and the team. Plus, I'm really obliged to hear, and I'm grateful that the Honorable Prime Minister spoke, and it was wonderful the things that he has said. My belief is you have incorporated certain things very new. One of them happens to be poetry, which has never taken place. And I'm sure you have squeezed, the maximum to get the best out of him. And I'm sure he's going to deliver. There are other items that I'm watching, and I'm really happy that you could incorporate this in the activities of the young people. Remember this, the young people's mind is very different than the people that we are talking right now. So they can twist our mind very fast with these IT facilities than what Janapreet or myself or Aminur or even the chairman of the World Committee or regional committee can do. So I believe is you're going to get a lot of feedbacks, and I don't know how you are going to work it out to give the feedback back to these young kids, because they are going to be very fast, much more faster than any one of the team that is sitting around. So you better have some young crowd with you to reply to their questions. God bless. It is wonderful to see that your preparation is pretty excellent. I'd say only excellent when I see it, but I've got to see it because this is going to be wonderful, Jana. And I believe this is one of the stepping stones that you have opened up for the World Organization Scout Movement to measure the future events where you cannot participate due to this pandemic scenario. Thank you once again, and God bless.
Thank you, Brother Habibul. I think you remember your audience with our Honorable Prime Minister in 2014 when he invited us to tea at Temple Trees. And I think I remember you having a very close discussion with him as well. Nevertheless, thank you very much for the advice. We have a very young team running this Jamboree, so I'm sure they will be as fast in replying or finding solutions to any matters being raised by any of the participants. Thank you very much for that counsel, and God bless you too. I would now like to invite Mr. David Mackey, the former Regional Director of the European region, who has always supported Sri Lanka in our activities. David, for a few words, please.
Thank you, Janaprith, and I'm honored to speak after Habibul. You have honored me enormously by me speaking after him, and I pass my greetings directly to Habibul and to Aminur, because I think that the prospect of the session on poetry sounds really, really exciting, and I think that it will be wonderful for young people to be able to be engaged. So I want to wish you every success. I think that what you said at the end of the of your presentation, that this is a young team, and I have every belief that that they will be very successful. They are very, very responsive. I have been communicating with a couple of them even as the presentation has taken place. So I think that I just wish you every success. I see a number of Europeans, and I hope that we can increase that number. And if I can support them in any way, I will do. So every success for the event, and I wish you well in the program, and I wish also the young people who are going to be running the event every success. I have every confidence in your abilities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David, for those encouraging words. Next, I would like to invite the Vice Chairman of the Asia Pacific region and International Commissioner of National Scout Organization of Thailand. In fact, the NSOT or Thailand celebrated its Founders Day for Scouting yesterday. Brother Sambun, can I invite you to speak a few words, please? Brother Sambun? Maybe he has an issue. But nevertheless, any other questions or any suggestions anybody else has? Please feel free to ask them.
Yes, we have Christine from Tanzania. Christine, you can ask a question.
Thank you. My
Christine, we can't hear you, sorry. Christine, you're muted. Yeah, now we can. Please talk. Yes. Let's repeat yourself, please. Asanka, Christine is muted still.
Yeah, okay. Let me check. Now, Christine, now you can unmute again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, Christine.
Yeah, my question is, how about getting the certificates? I know everyone is eager about the program that is going on, and those who are registering themselves are ready and willing to get the participation certificate. How shall it be accessed to the people who shall have participated in that? How do we get them from the organizing team? Thank you.
What will happen is those who do the required number of exercises or taking part required number will be able to apply for the certificate online, and they will get it online and they can print it on their own. If they want to receive it personally from my Chief Commissioner or myself, they can always take a flight to Sri Lanka. Thank you, Christine.
Yes.
Okay, Asanka, anything?
Yeah.
I see Abraham's hand raised.
Yeah, Abraham. Yeah, can ask a question. Abraham, you can unmute now. Yeah.
Hello, I am Abraham B. Freeman, International Liberia Scout Association. Okay, my question is about approving the participate through the NSO, are we going to approve them before they register, or they have to register before we approve? So this is my question. But I want just to congratulate you all for this successful planning, and wish you all the best. We'll also be online with you and give our support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brother Abraham Freeman, the International Commission of Liberia. Thank you for the question. Once we receive the registration online from any participant, we will direct that to the National Scout Organization, to your NSO. And then if you don't have any objection, we will accept it. And if you have an objection, and if it's credible, we will inform them that we are unable to register them for this jamboree. That's how it will operate, Abraham. Thank you for that question. Gunaraj, you have a question?
Yeah, namaste to all. Greetings from Nepal. I have the same question. You are hearing me?
Yeah, can hear Gunaraj.
Very well, yes.
Yeah, the same question I am raising today, because all of you know Nepali Scouting Scout is not ruling by the elected body, it is the head of committee. So did you send the email to NSO for the participation? Like I can see in the Facebook, India already shown their participation list and some of the promotion like a poster, but I did not see in my Nepali Scout Facebook. So if you have communicate or not, it's my question for today.
Yeah, we have communicated, and I will personally talk to the interim committee or the administration, including Ram Prasad. I will talk to them this evening or tomorrow and encourage them to. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's enough.
Yes, Asank, I think we can.
Yeah, with that we can.
There is a question from Sri Lanka. Sumit Tilakaratna. Sumit Tilakaratna, you have a question? Anand Singh has one more question. Yes, Anand.
Yeah, I am Tilakaratna.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, but we don't hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, I am Tilakaratna, Assistant Director of Government Information Department in Sri Lanka.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Tilakaratna, please go ahead.
First, I would like, first I would like to congratulate the program. It was a very good approach. My question is in this program, sir?
It's starting on the 16th. It will be opened by the President of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa, at 5:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time. That is 12 noon GMT. And it will go on the 17th and the 18th. So 16th, 17th, 18th of July. Thank you, Mr. Tilakaratna, for joining, and we'll send you more details so that you can send it to the local media. Thank you.
Sir, we have International Commissioner Dr. Rajiv Piris here joining with us. So, Dr. Rajiv, you can unmute now for your valuable comments. Yeah, Dr. Rajiv.
Hi, it's very nice to see all get together for a very well-organized and meaningful cultural jamboree. I think this, I must say that Janaprit has been a beacon for this whole organization. And with all the young crowd such as Iriava, Prabhat and everybody else behind him, I think every little thing has been thought of, and it's very commendable. And I must say that I really enjoyed all the international participants who seem to have got into gear to make full use of this jamboree. I mean, let's face it, if we organize a big jamboree and there are no international participants, it's going to be a big failure. So everybody who is here is going to make this a huge success. And I hope all of you have fun. That's the main thing. Enjoy yourself. and meet as many scouts as you can, make friends all over the world. And that's what we are for. And I again thank the organizing committee completely. And you all know that our Chief Commissioner, Major General Mahinda Rajapaksa, has been behind all our out-of-the-box thinking, and any new project, he listens for a while and he says, yes, go ahead. So it's just been that for this as well. So thank you all. Thank you, Chief Commissioner. Thank you, Jana. Thank you, the young team, Ariava, Prabhat, and everybody else. I know a lot of people are behind the scenes. It's really nice and encouraging to see all this talent get together to put up this huge effort to get all the cultures together and into a big jamboree. Take care, stay safe, and all the best to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiva, for those encouraging words, and also talking to all our brothers and sisters from the global NSOs. Can we have Mr. Anand Singh to raise his question, please?
Yes, Mr. Anand Singh. Yeah.
Yes, one final question, sorry about that. Seeing that we are on the other side of the world, with the time difference, sometimes your program, if it's in the morning, it will, like, let's say we are 9.5 hours behind Sri Lanka. So is there any arrangement in the event that some scouts want to participate in an event, but because of the time difference that is globally now, is there any sort of makeup that they can probably get back onto that program?
Anand, we can share the recordings after the event, after that particular day's event, especially for the Inter-America region. We can have it on a platform where they could join. That we will do.
Great, thank you.
Master Sripong, you have a question? You raised your hand. Metu here. Any question? No? Good.
I have one question.
Yes, please, go ahead.
First, good evening from Thailand. So first, I would like to congratulate the success of the Jamboree and thank you for organizing this good event. So my question is, do you anticipate that there will have any Great Summit event like this again or not?
Well, not for a while. Definitely not this year, if at all. We pray and hope that we'll be able to have a physical Jamboree next year, but haven't planned anything for the recent future. We have Mr. Madhusudan Avala from India, representing one of the biggest NSOs. Madhu, you'd like to share some thoughts, please?
Madhu, you can unmute now.
Asanka, I think Madhu must be hearing us, so we can conclude. Brata has raised his hand again. Sorry, Brata. Yes, Brata, you can go ahead.
Yes, thank you.
Brata represents the largest NSO with 22 million members. So you have a right to have more questions.
Not a question, just expectation. Maybe Dr. Asanka may consider to invite the most active participant to come to Sri Lanka after COVID and shake hands with the Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa. Thank you.
Definitely we can do that. Not a problem.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Asanka.
Yeah, our Chief Commissioner is with us, sir, so he may have some comments to add as the last item.
As a final.
Yeah. Final. Sir, what do you say?
Yes, it's very encouraging. In fact, I never expected such a very positive response from all our NSOs, and we are encouraged more to do and achieve more success in this event. So I'm very confident that with the team that we have, led by Mr. Janaprit Fernando and Mr. Prabhat, Dr. Asanka, and our team of youngsters, able future leaders, will ensure that there will be a very interesting and culturally rich experience be given to all participants, those who are going to join. And wish you good luck and thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So that concludes our international briefing, the Q&A session. So I would like to request all brothers and sisters from all 6 regions of the World Organization Scout Movement, if you have any question, so you can directly contact the help desk, 24/7 help desk of the Global Culture Jamboree. So you can email us info@gcj.scout.lk, info@gcj.scout.lk. So you can ask any questions, you can direct any questions. So we are ready to help you all. Thank you very much. Then
Asanka, one more request. If all can switch on their videos, we can take the photographs. Please switch on your videos and we can take the photographs of the participants. Vice Chairman of the APR from NSOT who has joined. Thank you, Prakop, for joining this evening. Thank you, Tuan, for joining. Joined last week also. Thank you very much for joining. See you at the Jamboree. See you all of you at the Jamboree, at the opening ceremony and the rest. Thank you. Stay safe, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, brother. Too.
Yes, Tuan, how are you?
See you. See you. Good. Thank you.
Coffee for me?
Money has to be sent to Anna in the morning and the electricity bill has to be paid.
What is today's schedule?
Diatha Uyana at 2 p.m. Film shooting at 3 p.m.
How's today's weather?
Sunny day, no rain, temperature 27 degrees.
Switch off TV, lights off. You know the account that fits my busy lifestyle? BOC 18 Plus Smart Gen, the smart choice for today's youth.
කඩිසරවී ඉගෙන ගන්න හොඳම මොහොත දැන් කම්මැලිකම් නෑ හරියන්නේ හැමතැනකම විෂ බීජ මොකටද බය වෙන්නේ ඩෙටෝල් ළමයි ලොකු වෙනකොට විෂ බීජ නිසා ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්
ඩෙටෝල් වලට ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති කරන විෂ බීජ 99.9%ක්ම විනාශ කරන්න පුළුවන්
අම්මගේ විශ්වාසය ඩෙටෝල් ආරක්ෂාව
A milk coffee for me?
Money has to be sent to Anna in the morning and the electricity bill has to be paid.
What is today's schedule?
Dia for Uyana 2 p.m. film shooting at 3 p.m.
How's today's weather?
Sunny day, no rain, temperature 27 degrees.
Switch off TV, lights off. You know the account that fits my busy lifestyle? BOC 18 Plus Smart Gen, the smart choice for today's youth.
කඩිසරවී ඉගෙන ගන්න හොඳම මොහොත දැන් කම්මැලිකම් නෑ හරියන්නේ හැමතැනකම විෂ බීජ මොකටද බය වෙන්නේ ඩෙටෝල් ළමයි ලොකු වෙනකොට විෂ බීජ නිසා ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්
ඩෙටෝල් වලට ලෙඩ රෝග ඇති කරන විස බීජ 99.9%ක්ම විනාශ කරන්න පුළුවන්.
අම්මගේ